I am making this one now because um, because I'm sort of I'm socialising, um, and because I thought I repeated my thought about my fucking Converse app, and I've kind of developed that. I thought, hang on a minute, history has told us that I must have forgotten the first hat when I bought the second hat, because I couldn't have bought the second hat knowing that I'd bought the first hat. Even I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't think, oh, there's that hat I bought last time. I'll tell you what, I'll buy it again. So I must have forgotten the first hat. But then when I tumble dried it, threw it away, and then found it again, I couldn't remember buying the fucking second one. It was the first one I remembered. So then I thought, hang on a minute. If I'd have actually been the sort of person that my memory worked properly and I trusted my memory, why the fuck hadn't I been saying, why the fuck have I got a Converse hat? How did I even know I had a Converse hat and know that it was mine? Because I couldn't remember buying either fucking one. At one point, I couldn't remember buying either fucking one. And I think that's an illustration of what I'd rather do. Like, I think some of the sadness is, I think probably a lot of people do tend to get sort of nostalgic. I think nostalgic's the right word. You know, nostalgic's often sort of looking back over things, isn't it? Do you remember when? I don't think it's that exclusively that. I think it's what I'm about to demonstrate. Think of all those people at Christmas and what else they're doing right now. Imagining a scenario. And I'm thinking, yeah, there's people with their kids, there's people with their lovely wife who's all happy. There's people just going to bed, there's people who had all like seeing all their family, all that magic. And then there's people who've been raped or beaten up or fucking divorced or had a fire or they're homeless. You know, fucking, of course there's people worse off than me. And I know that, like, a lot of people would probably, you know, probably, like, some of the older generation, he just needs to pull himself together. That's what he needs to do. There's nothing wrong with him. Look at this, he's got that, he's got that, he's got that, you know. And you get that a lot, don't you? You get guilt-tripped into not feeling what you're feeling. But it's like, that's the point I often make about how a lot of what I'm going through looks like attitudes, opinions, thoughts. And it's not. It's like, by pull yourself together and go and enjoy Christmas, what that actually translates to is go and be somewhere where the physical manifestation of your mental health symptoms presents to a really significant degree and have to swallow that in public for a long enough period until you can scurry away again and go, thank fuck, I can feel a bit more normal again. That can be sometimes the level to which not just me, but you know, people with anxiety, people with all sorts of different conditions. That's what it can get like. That's what's real. They end up fake nicing their way through something that's actually physically fucking uncomfortable now because of their mental health symptoms. My mental health symptoms fucking manifest physically. You know, the schemers. I'd never fucking heard of schema therapy till this year. But when we started talking about it, and I said, do you mean body thoughts? And he said, basically, that's one way of it. I said, for fuck's sake, that's why I've always rejected offhand the concept of CBT. When they go, we think something, then we feel it, then we act. I no, we fucking don't. No, we fucking don't. You fucking might. I fucking don't. I act without thinking and I feel my thoughts. And they've never known what to say in response to that. Because I fucking do. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. No, we don't patronise me by explaining to me how my mind works, by giving me an example of exactly how it doesn't, and then tell me that you're telling me the fucking truth. 1 + 1 is 2. Seriously, fuck off with that shit. you know, like I've said before, not every intervention works for everybody on every situation and every person. It's the same degree or for the same amount of time. That's all there is to it. And that's, you know, DBTs, but I think just a version of CBT, but fucking hopefully it's why they give it to people like me. Because they were starting to realise that there were a lot of people like me going, but I act without thinking and I can feel my thoughts. Don't say first I have a thought, then I have a feeling, because I fucking don't, mate. Quite often have a feeling before I have a thought. Body feelings. Schemas. Thousands of them every day. That's why I'm fucked up. That's basically my illness, is schema illness. Pretty much. But the point is, they're physical. And, you know, when I'm freaking out, like when I freaked out in the club that time and I was like, no, hang on. Because someone had definitely done and stated something and I remember his finger hitting the table. And he's now trying to tell me he didn't do it. Now trying to tell me he didn't even say it. And I'm thinking, I remember the fucking Mr. fucking authoritative fucking finger stamping on the fucking table, you cunt. But it's very touch and go. It was only because my mate was there, and I asked him about it later, and he went, no, he did say that. I was like, good, I fucking thought he did. And that really settled me down. Because that's the thing, when I get schizoid, that can happen over anything. It can happen over any comment or anything. And I go, and my chest goes tight, my throat goes weird, my eyes feel weird, my vision looks weird, your voice sounds weird. It's like voices. That sort of shit. It's like when it goes all weird in films. That's the sort of shit I'm on about. That's what happens. So that's why when people say, don't worry about it. It's like, I'm not worrying, I'm suffering. There's a distinct difference. There really is. And like, you know, it's basically when I'm symptomatic, that's what fucking happens. And, you know, the best intentioned boots up the arse have put me in positions where it just makes you feel more ill for a few hours. And a lot of the time, those kinds of interventions have come along with people at the end going, see, you enjoyed yourself, didn't you? See? And it's like they're fucking pronouncing you cured. And if you try and ever state that if any of it wasn't helpful, you just end up with someone, but I was only trying to help. And then you're comforting them for the rest of the conversation. Because as soon as you finish comforting them about it, the conversation just is magically over. That's what happens. And it's difficult to cope with. It is difficult to cope with. And it's difficult to say to people, you know, just come along, it'll be fun. It's like, no, it won't. It'll fucking set my symptoms off. And you'll all tell me that I can think my way out of those symptoms. And, you know, you'll all have an opinion on it. That's what happens sometimes. You get fucking ganged up on by people telling you what to think. It's just like, what's wrong with me is way beyond what I think. It's way beyond that. My whole fucking limbic system isn't functioning properly anymore. It's got worse since this shit kicked off. That's my fucking reality. That is my fucking reality. It's got fucking worse. My emotions are fucking wild. They're all over the place. They're all consuming. They're unstoppable. They are magnificent. They are fucking unholy. I really wish there was more good external shit. Because I still feel feelings the way I feel feelings. That's why I'm always told that I'm too happy about things or too excited about things. I'm not. That's how I experience things. So what pisses me off when I say that I feel pain more than people. You know, I get more experience from emotions than a lot of people when they get really indignant. I'm like, you've seen how fucking excited I get. And you all tell me I do that too much. But that's just me getting excited. That's a measure of me experiencing emotions. That's my emotional fucking parameter, as it were. That's me. That's my meanness. So the difficult emotions are fucking difficult. And, you know, sometimes that's what's going on a lot of the time when I'm refusing to socialise. It's because, you know, like say somebody who is going through sort of, you know, negative thought patterns or whatever, and they've got a toolkit of positive affirmations or just, you know, bring it back into the moment and all that sort of stuff, and they can have varying degrees of success with that, right? I do understand these fucking things, and I have tried them. I do work with them, right? But just engaging in that process for me can set me off. So having the thought to battle sets me off, and then trying to use the toolkit sets me off even worse. Because then my brain's all getting involved and my brain can't think properly and it's panicking, and then I'm getting physical manifestations of that. That's why it can be an extraordinarily fucking hard process for me to hold my fucking head together. And like I say, like I've said, you know, I'm not the world's leading fucking expert, but I've worked in the fucking field. I know how to talk people down. A lot of the shit that people get wrong, I know how to manage. People like me, I kind of know how to manage. You know what I mean? I've talked people down from being that kind of what in a public space. I can confidently say, "Come sit with me," and I know what to do. So it's one of those where I end up feeling frustrated that I can't do it to myself, because part of me thinks I should be able to do it to myself because I know what I'm doing. But I think it's probably a double-edged sword. It's probably, you know, works against you. It seems to. But I think that's the thing. That's the thing about, you know, pulling myself together and going and enjoying Christmas wouldn't have done anything other than make me more ill. So that's what I'm saying, that it was actually kind of a success, that I felt all right up here. I didn't cry. I didn't overthink about the things I would normally be thinking about at Christmas. I didn't get too overloaded with anything. Spent a bit of time on my decks. Bought some fucking awesome new tunes. Found a chocolate orange. So I've got half of that left. So that'll do. I'm not having a magical family time. I'm not seeing my loved ones. I'm not cuddling up next to my partner. I'm not looking at our beautiful daughter or whatever. I'm not having all the beautiful, lovely, fucking wonderful things that I would love to have at Christmas. But at least I didn't get sick by trying to do Christmas. And like I said at the start, I know how fucking well off I really am compared to a lot of people. It's just, yeah, I'm physically well off. I'm just mentally fucking really quite incapable. I'm not doing very well, but I'm trying.